sewerage or adequate septic tanks, and as a result, raw, foul-smelling sewage is being dumped into the ditches. And what that means is that once the pumping station is working, raw sewage will be pumped in here to Palm Lake, which is used for fishing, boating, and swimming.
Why did they not do something first to go in and close off those difficult sewage situations, which were going to simply turn that pump into a kind of a mass pollutant machine for Palm Lake?
The city's consulting engineer disagrees with Caruso and says with or without the pump, raw sewage will get into the lake. But whoever's right, nothing will happen for several weeks. While the host worker says the company is now going to do more work around the pumping station. That new job should take about a month. Brian Kensel, News Center 6, Slidell.
In 3 months, we'll find out exactly how tough New Orleans firefighters plan to be in their quest for more money. Their contract with the city is up next February, and negotiations start in December. Their union chief has already put the city on notice. He wants even more than the 7% the teachers got from the school board. Well, it's all over for the public grain elevator workers who weathered a 32-day strike and finally settled today. The vote was hardly unanimous, and many of the workers were simply mad about the 55-cent an hour increase in paychecks and the company's offer to pay their health insurance in 3 years. But the bottom line is the strike is over. Strike talk continues in the postal workers' rank and file, that despite a binding arbitration announced by a labor arbitrator today. Under that decision, the postal workers would get a lifetime job security and a pay hike of 21% over a 3-year period. But leaders of the two postal unions, the largest ones, are lukewarm toward the legally binding settlement. Strike trouble in Wichita, Kansas. Some of that city's police force decided to join the firemen on the picket line today. Firemen went out on strike in that town Monday and were immediately fired, so half of the police force started walking the picket line today in sympathy. Back here in Louisiana, the people of Monroe are getting battered by rather bad weather. Hundreds of families had to flee when 11 inches of rainfall left some homes with 2 feet of water. One state police helicopter that tried to get to the higher ground crashed. Dozens of National Guardsmen are trying to help the city cope. Once again, Dallas earlier this evening on News Center 6 told us from his meteorological standpoint that finally they're getting a break in the weather in Monroe. Dallas, is that going to keep up for a while, is it?
That's right, Kim. Much better weather. As a matter of fact, all the reporting stations tonight have clear skies, and we'll look at those in just a moment. First of all, Tropical Storm Greta is really intensifying now and may approach hurricane force within the next 12 hours. Let's take a look at the 10 o'clock positions. These are the coordinates from 10 o'clock tonight. 14.0 degrees north, 76.0 degrees west longitude. The storm has turned a little more toward the north now, just a little north of west. It's moving forward at 12 miles per hour, and maximum sustained winds are 70 miles per hour near the center of the storm. The forecasters from the National Hurricane Center in Miami indicate that the storm will more than likely reach hurricane force during the next 12 hours. So we will keep a close watch on this storm system during the night tonight and during the day tomorrow as it moves on toward the west-northwest around 12 miles per hour. Around the nation today, skies were partly cloudy with some rain reported as we look at our selected cities from around the country. It was cloudy in Atlanta, 82, 65 for a low tonight. Sunny skies in Chicago, but they're looking for rain again tomorrow. They've had rain most of the week, and there's another storm system moving through the central section of the country that will produce more rain there. But for Louisiana and Texas, conditions are improving considerably, and we expect partly cloudy skies.
Sunday night, George Gobel guest stars on the Hollywood Squares.
I'll try George Gobel, please.
All right. In a famous novel, what was so unusual about the chest of Roger Chillingworth's wife? Unusual about the chest of Roger Chillingworth's wife?
Well, no matter where you stood in the room, it seemed to be following you.
It's the Hollywood Squares, Sunday night at 10:30 on TV6.